What's going on, everybody? Cabana Greg here, and in today's video, what's going on, everybody? Cabana Greg here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my Nintendo 3DS game collection. So as you can see, we're not really working with a whole lot right now, but that's okay. I really wanted to make this video to sort of encapsulate all of the recent collecting that I've been doing on this channel. And if you have been following along with my channel for the past couple of months or so, you would see that, I've been going to a lot of these retro video game swap meets in my area. And the whole reason behind that is because, when I was a kid, I had a games collection. I had a pretty decent sized games collection, but ultimately I ended up selling a lot of those games to buy new games when they would come out. I got into that vicious cycle of buy a game and then you sell that game to buy a new game and then you sell that game to buy a new game, etc., etc. So I've been slowly but surely kind of just working my way towards rebuilding my childhood game collection. And today I'm really focusing in on all of the efforts I've made to collect for the Nintendo 3DS. So I want to just say, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. And if you're a returning viewer, I super appreciate you coming back for more stuff like this. One other quick thing before we actually hop into my games collection for today, I am only going to be focusing on the physical games that I've collected thus far. I'm not really going to be focusing on the digital games that are on my 3DS right now. If you are interested in seeing what exactly is on my 3DS, what are some of the digital games that I've recently purchased for the 3DS, I actually made another video kind of going through the last minute purchases that I made on the Nintendo 3DS eShop right before it closed down. So if you want to check that out, I will leave a link to that down below, and I'll also throw one of those cards up so you guys can check that out whenever you want. So before we actually hop into the games, let's just quickly talk about my 3DS over here. This is the Pikachu 3DS XL, not a new 3DS XL or anything like that, just a standard 3DS XL. But I love this thing. I love it. I got it from a local game shop. It only ran me about $200, and yeah, I think it's just super cute, and I love this guy. I love little Pikachu, smiley little face. I love this thing. And the other quick things I wanted to mention, since the 3DS eShop closed down recently, 3DS games are going up in price. A lot of people are seeking out 3DSs to add to their games collection in general. There were a few things I wanted to just put at the top of this video so everybody knows to kind of look out for these things. First things first, this is the charger that came with my 3DS XL. It is a non-Nintendo branded charger. It works just fine, there's nothing wrong with it inherently, but sometimes what I like to do is I like to get some backups of things that I own, just have spares in case something fails. And so what I did recently was I actually picked this up from Nintendo's website. So this is a 3DS charger. This is just a spare charger that's officially licensed from Nintendo. It's got the Nintendo branding, all that stuff. So I wanted to pick this up. This was about $15 on Nintendo's website. And I would say if you are in the market for a 3DS XL charger, maybe the one you have is a little beat up or it's not working as expected anymore, maybe go ahead and just pick up a spare so you have it. But I just wanted to make that note because I've noticed that a lot of times when I go on the website, things are just kind of selling out. I think people are getting a little crazy with the purchasing. So if you are looking for a spare, go on Nintendo's website. They've got some extra ones. The other thing I wanted to make a quick note on before we get into the games is this guy. This is an official Nintendo licensed battery. So I ended up picking this up from Nintendo's website for about $15 or so. And again, if you are in the market for a new battery for your 3DS, totally check it out, on Nintendo's website so you can get the official, Nintendo battery and you don't have to worry about going and getting like a third-party battery or an off-brand battery that may or may not work, which has happened to me in the past. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's actually get into the 3DS game collection and take a look and see what I've got. Alrighty, everybody, so we are here with my stack of 3DS games and we're just going to work our way through the top, starting first with a recent purchase of mine. This is Yokai Watch on the Nintendo 3DS. So that was the front. Take a look at the back now. And yeah, this is a recent purchase of mine. I recently picked up Yokai Watch 3 on the 3DS on the digital, eShop. And so I'm looking forward to actually playing the first game and, seeing what it's all about, getting an idea of the franchise as a whole. And, I'm a big fan of Level 5. I love Professor Layton games. I'm also a big fan of the Ni no Kuni series. So very excited to try out the first Yokai Watch. Alrighty, everybody. So working our way through the next item here at the top of the stack, we've got Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on the 3DS. You can see that was the front, and then this is the back here. And yeah, I really think that this is a really interesting Zelda game. I started playing Majora's Mask on the Wii, on my Wii, through backwards compatibility with the GameCube demo disc that I have. and so I've been playing through Majora's Mask on the Wii, again through backwards compatibility. Really like Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. It's very different, it's very unique. It's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little creepy too, but yeah, love this game, very cool, and very happy to have this in my 3DS collection. But that is Majora's Mask on the 3DS. Alrighty, next here at the top of the stack, we've got another Nintendo Selects game. We've got Super Mario 3D Land on the Nintendo 3DS. There's the front, and then this is the back over here. And yeah, I've played this game quite a bit. I think it's awesome. A really good, solid, 3D Mario platformer. That's a lot of fun. There's a lot of challenge to it as well, but I love the variation in this game, and I think it's one of my favorite 3DS games, to be honest. And so yeah, I love this game, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection as well. But that is Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS. Alrighty, working our way through the stack. The next one on the top here is my very first World Edition, and I'm a little upset that this World Edition happens to be for Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga on the 3DS, because I really love Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. It's one of my favorite Mario and Luigi RPGs. That's the front and the back there. And yeah, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, it's awesome. I think it's a great RPG, it's a great Mario game, and I just had to get it on the 3DS. If you are interested in playing this game, maybe on modern hardware, you can play it on the Nintendo Switch through the, Nintendo Online program. They have like all the Game Boy Advance games that you can play on your Switch. So this is actually one of those games, and I'd highly recommend it. I love Superstar Saga. Again, one of my favorite Mario RPGs, and I'm happy to have it on my 3DS. Alrighty, next on the stack here, we've got Detective Pikachu for the Nintendo 3DS. And I also picked this one up at a local swap meet of mine, so this is the back as well. And yeah, I've enjoyed playing this game, actually. I think it is a very unique Pokemon experience. I enjoy it for what it is. I like a lot of the mechanics that are introduced into this game. And, ultimately, it's pretty fun. It's very different from the traditional Pokemon game, but that's fine because, that is inherently the experience with this game. But yeah, I still think it's great. I still think it's very quirky and charming and a whole lot of fun. But yeah, that's Detective Pikachu. Alrighty, next is actually a recent game that I picked up from Swap Meet again, and this is Star Fox 3D. Now, I haven't had time to play this game as of yet, but I'm hoping to get around to it soon. It's on my list of a top priority to actually play this game. Again, I've never played the original Star Fox 64. I've never, been a big Star Fox person to begin with, so, when I was a kid, I never went out and, whenever was seeking out Star Fox games to play. But this one, I really wanted to get on the 3DS and experience, the original Star Fox 64 on 3DS, and sort of the definitive version, from what I've heard from a lot of people, is this, this release. But yeah, as soon as I actually end up getting a chance to play this game, I will let you all know how it goes and what I think of it. But yeah, this is Star Fox 64 on 3DS. Alrighty, moving along here to the next item on the top of the stack here, we've got Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy Curtain Call on the 3DS as well. Yeah, there's not much I can really say about these games. I love the Theater Rhythm games because they're really, again, they're just music, rhythm-based games that are set to all of the main Final Fantasy games and even some spin-offs and movies as well. And, I love the music, I love the characters, and so anytime these come out, I'm very excited to play them. And I will at some point try out the new one that just came out on modern consoles, but, at some point I'll do that, not right now. But, either way, this is a great one to buy, great one to have in your collection. If you are a fan of the Theater Rhythm series, totally check it out on the Nintendo 3DS. Alrighty, next is another game here that I'm very excited and eager to try out. This is Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. And this is a Shin Megami Tensei game. And now this is the back there. And yeah, I'm really excited to try this one out. This is a recent pickup of mine, but it's been on my list for quite a bit. I am still interested in trying out Soul Hackers 2 at some point, which is, it's not really important that you play this game before you play Soul Hackers 2, from what I've heard from a lot of my friends. But, I wanted to get into the series and give it a shot and see what it's all about. And I do like Persona games. I like Shin Megami Tensei stuff too. So I figured it'd be a good thing to pick up and try out. So yeah, this is Devil Summoner Soul Hackers on the 3DS. Alrighty, so working our way through the stack even further, we've only got a couple more games left here, but now we've got Metroid Samus Returns on the Nintendo 3DS, and there's the back there. And yeah, this is still new, this is still sealed. I haven't had a chance to actually break into this and try out Metroid Samus Returns, but I'm hoping to, because it looks like it's very much up my alley. It looks like a very traditional, classic Metroid game, and that excites me. I've heard that this is a very, the definitive version to play Samus Returns as well, so I'm very excited to actually try this one out and again, dive back into the Metroid games. I'm hoping to work my way through the Prime trilogy again at some point, and yeah, just very excited to have this in my collection for right now. and this is Metroid Samus Returns. Alrighty, so the last two here, I've got one of my favorite Pokemon games, which is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire on the 3DS. You can see the front there, and then we've got the back there as well. And, you know, I love this generation of Pokemon. I love the 3 starters that you have in this game. This isn't my favorite legendary of all time, but that's okay. You know, I think it's still this is one of my favorite generations of Pokemon, if not like my absolute favorite generation for Pokemon. Haven't been loving all the recent Pokemon games. They aren't like doing much in the way of moving the needle for me personally. So that's kind of why I wanted to pick up this and revisit some of the older Pokemon games, just because, again, some of the new stuff isn't really for me, but that's okay. I know a lot of people that love the new games, and, you know, I'm totally fine just playing the older ones and, you know, kind of going through them again. Yeah, this is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Alright, the last game here in the list is none other than Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. And again, this is another recent pickup from one of the swap meets I had just gone to. My good friend actually got me this for a recent birthday, so that was really awesome of him. And yeah, I'm super excited to be diving into this one soon. This is also at the very top of my list. I think even further at the top than it originally was, because I do have an interest in checking out Birthright. I have an interest in trying out the other Fire Emblem games as well. You know, I want to start here. I want to get that initial baseline to get an idea of like what the series is like, what are some of the staples that were introduced by Fire Emblem Awakening, and again, just get an idea of the universe of Fire Emblem. And that really excites me. You know, I'm looking forward to diving into this game in extensive lengths when I get around to that. But yeah, this is Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. Alrighty, everybody. So that is going to do it for this 3DS games collection video. If you want to see more stuff like this in the future, just let me know. And I'm hoping that I can, you know, slowly watch this collection grow over time, and then maybe do a subsequent video of, you know, all the games in my collection. But yeah, thanks again for stopping by, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all on the next video.